arrival of Lost Belt 5, Hector finally received the animation update he deserved, becoming the Guardian of Troy of myth. It only goes to show how renewing one's animations can truly breathe new life into a servant, revitalizing the long neglected. Not only do they look better, but their combat simply feels more enjoyable. And by exorcising the first-year curse of wild weapon swings and caster balls, we gain greater insight into who they are, as they are able to display their own unique individuality through their model, animations, and attacks. Here are 5 more free-to-play servants that really need an animation update. If there's a servant you feel should be on this list, check out part 1 in the card above or the description box below. Disgusting. Depraved. Revolting. Vile. Sick. Twisted. Grotesque. These are all fitting words to describe Gilles de Rais' animations. One of history's most infamous serial killers highlights his pure evil through caster balls! While it is true that caster balls are indeed gross, even they are unable to fully articulate what a hideous degenerate this man truly is. All the more surprising, he has an important role in the Fate franchise, being present in both Fate Zero and a principal villain in the Orleans Singularity. As for his noble phantasm, it has the germ of a good idea, but it's too short, too plain, and much too dull. Yes, he's horrific and he's evil incarnate, but he should at least look interesting. So what can be done? Let's make him even more murky and grimy. His third ascension actually makes a good start. He should look like an odious wretch. Gilles has little magical power himself. Instead, most of his attacks stem from the spellbook given to him by his friend Francois Prelati. Principally, he summons foul, moist sea demons, squirming and squidging their attacks towards the enemy. These repulsive beasts should form the basis of his normal attacks, and this energy should be extended to his noble phantasm. Theoretically, a cataclysmic, nauseating catastrophe! Which is to say, more disgusting tentacles. Gilles is gross, horrific, disgusting, depraved, and should look as such. The infamous executioner of 18th century France, and the one whose son is responsible for the execution of Marie Antoinette. And now he isn't executing anyone, with his piss-poor damage and masochistic obsession with only hurting humans and not humanoids. When will you buff him, DW? Or should I now say, Aniplex? The only thing as cursed as his kit are his first-year animations. The infamous executioner reduced to the throne of heroes is 5,000th generic swordsman, having animations unbecoming of such a clinical and meticulous figure. Thus, I propose his animations become more harsh and sharp in their quality, reflecting his executioner status. The blows should be pristine. He takes pride in his ability as an executioner to get a clean and swift kill. Let this be reflected in his animations. And yes, while it is true that in Fate's Grand Order, he is unable to kill anyone or anything of note, let his animations actually show why his name is remembered until today. Sleek, slender, silent. The hallmarks of a true assassin. So why the hell does the son of the Serenity have the bloody loudest attacks in Fate Grand Order? I can't keep it down! Serenity is an assassin, noted for her reliance on illusion, seduction, and poison. Yet in Fate's Grand Order, she becomes a glorified circus act. She is good at throwing knives, and her legs are apparently pig trunks, but that's all we really get to see. Her skill animations are muted, a decent reflection of her rather meek personality, but in conjunction with her knife throwing, give us fairly dull animations that fails to shed light onto what made her a capable leader of the Hashashiru. Poisons, toxins, disguise and deception. Her clandestine operations revolved around such, and we should see this in her animations. Her transformation ability, which allows her to tailor her appearance to fit her target. Let's see it in action! Her skill animations serve as an excellent opportunity, if not even in her noble phantasm itself, where we can see the entire process: deception, illusion, seduction, betrayal. But it is her aforementioned normal attacks that really need to be reworked. No more generic knife throwing, please! Her attacks should rely on the deception and intimacy she utilized in real life. Attacks that only reveal her true killing intent at the very last moment. Serenity is a servant with tremendous potential for her animations. Let's finally see her realize it. Asterios is a top-tier free-to-play servant whose noble phantasm remains one of the best low-rarity debuffing NPs despite not receiving an update in years. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for his animations. Supposedly filled with rage, his skill animations instead portray him as suffering from an unwelcome bout of mild constipation, coupled with attack animations that are simultaneously bored and weightless. And as for his noble phantasm, it reduces the mighty labyrinth to a sad, dusty JPEG. How to fix this? Well, it's really quite simple. Capture that rage! Perhaps using a certain Lost Belt 1 figure as a basis, each attack should have a real impact behind it, real weight! Not these feathers for halberds he carries. Summon that rage! Act as if someone just insulted Uriel! And as for his noble phantasm, we're really at the stage of FGO where the labyrinth can be reconstructed in a far more detailed fashion, in the manner of animation updates received by the likes of Ushiwakamaru, and the standard bearer for all excellent noble phantasm animation updates, Callifica. Have you seen this man? Because DW sure haven't. The only thing this man evades better than arrows is screen time and relevance. And animation updates too. Despite having D rank luck, a significantly high rank for a Cu Hullen. Cu Prototype is cursed with first year animations, including back-injuring skill animations, attack animations that look as fake as his spear, and an NP seemingly set in some mystical fairy hellscape. Provided we all remember he's even in the game, he actually has intriguing potential moving forward, differentiating himself from his Fate-Stay Knight counterpart. Proto Cu's animations should be even more energetic than his older self, wild and even almost feral in nature, reflecting a rawness and excitability as though he were pouncing on his prey. And Gaebon is even simpler. Take it out of the artist's playground and make it similar to that of his Fate-Stay Knight self, albeit perhaps with a slight twist for the first two ascensions. And then the 3-star Cu Hullen will be complete. So there are 5 free-to-play servants who really do deserve an animation update. Do you agree? Leave in the comments below which servant you believe desperately needs an animation update that hasn't had one yet. And remember, you can also check out part 1 in the description box below. I've been SceneDunes. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.